Yeah.
Yeah, that yeah.
You know about it. Anytime I come to that, man.
Take on
Mark, quick question. Can a black
Joe Budden Patreon starts. I'm not continuing it until both of y'all apologize.
He owned in to see what the
Oh no,
apology sound like.
100.
On camera, off
I
camera?
would.
You must say that. That is not necessary for you to say. I'm referring to the altercation that broke out between Queenzflip and Marc Lamont Hill during the last Patriot title game, which left us all saying, "Oh my God." Tricky words. Being more plastic than the plastics, episode 869 is where the crew returns. Marc, on the other hand, has stated that he doesn't use t-shirts for subtle messages. He used this as an excuse to appear wearing a t-shirt that naturally reads "sucker free." And no, we're referring to the words that triggered him, not the Chupa Chups or Blow Pop. I'm not familiar with any of you. The vibe in this pod felt quite forced and rigid.
Yeah, that yeah.
You know about it. Anytime I come to that, man.
I found it quite difficult to watch. What say you all?
Take on.
Mark, quick question. Can a black woman be a feminist? Because I heard in...
Additionally, Joe Budden informs Marc and Flip that they will have to issue an apology on Patreon before ending the broadcast.
Joe Budden Patreon starts. I'm not continuing it until both of y'all apologize.
Will we be able to watch what transpired on television, though? And is it really required? Flip appears to comply with this request, but when the camera moves to Marc, he appears to react quite differently, as if he had consumed a bitter food. Simply be kind. I'm figuring things out. Additionally, it seems to me that this simply altered Marc and Joe's chemistry. Marc can play the long game, which is one of his strengths. Like Joe, he has experience in the corporate sector. Will this be something that Joe and Marc argue about? It appears like their dynamic won't continue long, and I feel like the writing is beginning to be inscribed on the wall. But for the time being, focusing on the current issue, do you believe Flip or Marc will back down from Joe's request when it comes to the Patriot? Additionally, Flip inquired as to whether Joe preferred an off-camera or on-camera apology.
He owned in to see what the
Oh no,
apology sound like.
100.
On camera, off
I
camera?
would.
Swiftly adds, "Let the apology be as loud as the disrespect on camera."
However y'all want to do it. On camera. What happened on camera? I want an apology from you and
Make
Marc.
the apology as loud as the disrespect.
Ish.
For me, this begs the question. I'm not sure about you guys, but do Flip and Marc have to apologize for the way it appeared if this wasn't a two-man incident? There is a response to every action.
Things that say like, if Flip or Monty is paid less, I'll take it.
What?
I tell you, the entire show is devolving into inappropriate improv because I didn't even hear Mona mention the conflict with Marc. Even though Joe doesn't mention Mona by name, I'm wondering whether they scared her away and if the apology is partly for her. Joe's remarks further intensified the situation. He lit the match and poured the gasoline. However, I don't believe the response was what he had anticipated. It turned out to be far larger than anyone had anticipated. However, did he try to defuse it? He is seen on tape stating that he is letting everything out while swiping through his phone. Remember, it's not only the audience that's watching. Why then? And can this affect the JBP in more ways than just views and clicks? Thus, keeping that query in mind, who do you think truly needs an apology after Joe stated that Marc and Flip owe the cast and the audience one? Flip came in at 4% and Marc at 24%. Flip and Marc the majority at 42%, with Joe coming in second at 29%. Take note of this. Because of Flip's track record, more people think Joe should apologize than Flip alone, who appeared to bear the majority of the culpability for how events transpired. Your votes, however, paint a different picture. You witnessed the play's initiation as well as its turmoil. Even yet, Flip claimed that Marc grinned at him, and during the interaction, you could hear Marc remark, "I love you, Flip," a few times.
It's different between trying to make...
It became unmanageable. Joel has now stated unequivocally that they must apologize to the cast and the audience, and he meant it. They won't be taken aback when Patreon launches. Will we, however, really witness one? And did Joe's demand change as a result of a post-pod discussion? In my interpretation of the argument between Marc and Flip, it seemed to me that Marc was speaking in a managerial tone when he began questioning Flip. Is Joe using this to reset the room and remind everyone who operates this set? Joe Budden appears to be requesting order in the courtroom and outlining the upcoming plot point that limits will be established while everyone is discussing the altercation or blowup. Joe and Flip unintentionally found Marc's Achilles in that episode, and Joe knows just how to press each of their buttons. Does Joe assist with cleanup? Because Marc's reputation might have suffered as a result of this outburst, particularly when he claims to have received calls about it. What can we anticipate going forward? He is aware that people are keeping a keen eye out for changes in power. With each co-host branching out and starting their own Patreons, what do you believe the future of the Joe Budden Show and its co-hosts holds? Is this apology more of a room reset to let Marc Flip know that neither party is superior to the other or to the gig, rather than a reconciliation?
But I didn't come to terms with it yet. If you my man, just apologize and let's keep moving. Don't fight with me about it.
That leads me to the actual queries. Will they genuinely offer an apology? Is one required at all because the gig is the gig, as Joe puts it? And why does it sound like Joe was acquiring those coins by any means necessary if this was a wink-wink from Marc and a performance from Joe? And what links will each pod member go to assist him in getting there? I mean, he is seen making jokes and plugging the Pandoras I mentioned. Leave your comments below. Is Joe using his remarks about taking their Patreons when he enters the higher office as a means of demonstrating who is in charge? Is this only his attempt to extend the story for Patreon views to get that 100 million? And after watching Marc and Flip's reactions, do you believe they will actually apologize on camera? You are already aware of what to do. Let's discuss it in the comments section. Please like, share, subscribe, and visit my Patreon page.